Be
I
quiet.
published my first book, my memoir, The Daughter of the Innocent Man, in 2024. Since then, I have expanded my literary work and to include a self help book, a prompt journal, two children's books, and two coloring books. I'm an author, advocate, and speaker, and host of this podcast, Authors, Writers, and Wannabes, where I welcome weekly guests and empower fellow writers with insight, support, inspiration, practical advice, and encouragement as they navigate their creative journeys.
You're on mute.
We can't hear you. Noel, we can't hear you.
No, now you can hear me. Ah, can you
Okay,
hear me now?
we can
Yeah.
hear you.
All right, so we have two guests online, Miss Stephanie Frederick and Mr. Danny Ross. Today's topic is AI, which is artificial intelligence, and you use artificial intelligence every day. You may not notice or realize it, but you do. So, artificial intelligence, some people love it and some people fear it, and some aren't sure what to do with it. AI can be an incredible tool, but just like anything powerful, it comes with boundaries, responsibilities, and best practices. So, Miss Stephanie Frederick, why don't you introduce yourself first, ma'am?
My name is Stephanie Frederick. I'm a television and film producer. I just recently helped co-write a book with a dear friend of mine called Generations of Miracles. And I recently opened a agency. I have a production company in Los Angeles where I'm a producer, director of many TV shows and films. And I have a business partner now named Danny Ross, who's here. And Danny
Hey,
just
Danny.
recently helped us open an AI agency because Danny's been in the field longer than I have. But let's just say that it doesn't take long to learn, and you can be in it too.
Yep. Mr. Danny Ross, introduce yourself.
Hello. Thanks for the invite. And Stephanie, it was like, hey, come on, I got something exciting for you to do. So happy to be here. I've been in the computer science and computer software space for over 30 plus years. I have my own company, Digital Express AI, and we focus in on a few key things: AI training. We're an AI digital marketing agency, as Stephanie just mentioned. We help our customers build new apps. So there's a lot going on in AI, and it's never boring. I'm a speaker. Stephanie and I have spoken at a few events together, and it's been a lot of fun teaching.
Okay. Okay. So both of you love AI. Is this correct?
Absolutely.
I'm just going to tell you that, Noel, it's the number one skill to have right now.
Yeah.
It's
It
AI
is. It
literacy.
really is. And a
No,
lot
no,
of
there's
people
no
are
question,
bashing
no
AI.
question, no question about it.
Yeah.
The number one
Yeah.
skill to
Yep.
have.
Yep. And if you don't have it, I say take some training. There's a lot of AI schools out there. Danny, you got an AI school?
Say that again.
Do you have an AI school?
Yeah, we do training. We have different levels of training, beginners all the way to advanced. Hey, I want to build my own AI app. And so we have training that covers pretty much every level.
So why don't you tell the people what your AI school is?
Sure, no, it's all under the Digital Express AI website.
Uh-huh.
We're getting ready to start our next cohort. Matter of fact, next Tuesday. So we
Okay.
have a core class where we just teach the beginning of AI all the way from how do I prompt, what is prompting and that kind of thing, all
Right.
the way
Right.
through. And then we take that all the way through to our 6 week Genesis course. And we're doing a special version this month for the next 6 weeks for our nonprofit. So we're going to be focusing in on nonprofit organizations, ministries, military, and any small business that are nonprofit as well. So we're going to be kind of covering the gambit of nonprofit in this particular cohort.
Now
Everyone is going to need AI.
this is
Every one of them.
www.digitalexpress.com.
AI.
Dot AI. Okay,
You gotta have that. You gotta have that
digitalexpress.ai.
AI.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. I'm writing this down. Everybody write that down if you want to take a course. It's digitalexpress.ai.
Yes,
Digital,
absolutely.
and of course a cohort starts next. Is the cohort
Next
full
Tuesday.
already?
No, matter of fact, you go to nonprofitai.ai, and so I'm giving you multiple URLs. I can drop them in the chat to make it easy.
Okay.
But that particular URL is for this next cohort. So we built a special URL for the cohort.
Okay,
So
cool.
I'll drop it in the chat.
Cool.
AI,
Okay.
why AI twice? It's just that important.
All right.
This one, his name is Joel Hill. He came up with the
Okay, cool.
URL. I was like,
Cool,
Joel,
cool,
why do we
cool.
have AI in there twice? He's like, it's just very important.
So what are some common tools that people use every day that they don't even realize that they're using? What do you guys think?
Well, the simple fact is pretty much everyone's email uses AI in one shape or another. Some usually for spam protection, things like that. If you use Siri, of course, there's different commentary on Siri and AI right now. But Gemini, if you have an Android phone, anytime you
I love
interact,
Gemini.
see if you interact with anything on your phone, you're using AI. Your bank uses AI. Pretty much
Facebook.
any
You can go on
interaction,
Facebook.
Exactly.
Yeah, social
AI is
media.
on Facebook. Yeah.
That's why it knows what
It's
you're
everywhere.
thinking
It's
and
everywhere.
it gives you an ad for it. It's
Yeah,
AI.
yeah.
It's all
You know
AI.
what I'm not liking though? The banking AI. I'm not digging that.
What do you mean?
So when you the remote deposits and all of that stuff, and when you go into a branch,
Mhm.
it's a computer now. They don't have
Right. Well,
tellers anymore.
so now what you're saying you don't like really though is that digital experience where you are performing the task that a human being used to do for you.
Right,
So
right.
that's the part. Now, if you're like me, I actually like that because it's faster. So again, let me just state this overall overarching theme for me and AI. I love technology. Before there was AI, I loved the technology that was actually helpful. So it didn't matter if it was email, didn't matter if it was the internet, it was technology that was helpful. AI is just the latest iteration of this world where technology can be helpful. Can it be harmful? Just like any other technology, absolutely. But
Yeah.
again, I'm more, if you say, are you a Star Trek or a Star Wars? I'm more of a Star Trek, where the future, it can be very bright. Will it be perfect? Never. But it can be very bright. So that's kind of my
Danny, don't you
attitude.
remember the Jetsons? Don't you remember that cartoon called the Jetsons?
Exactly.
You're too young.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You remember the Jetsons?
I loved it.
We are in the era
Jetsons.
of the Jetsons.
There
Oh
you go.
yeah.
So-
Now, how did they know? How did they know all of this was going to happen?
Oh, come on. And listen, I remember being in grade school. I'm talking about 6th grade in Austin, Texas, and Del Valley Junior High. And my 6th grade teacher wrote this word on the board. It was technology. And she said, learn this word. You're going to need to know it. It is the future. It's all they're going to be talking about. Technology, technology, technology. Today, if I were that teacher, I would put AI on the board. Artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Artificial intelligence. It's here. It's not going anywhere. You got to deal with it. It won't take your job, but it will. Somebody that uses AI is going to take your job.
Yeah.
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 So we got to get smart here. Embrace it, learn how to use it, so you can still maintain your lifestyle or even
Right.
improve your lifestyle.
Right.
I don't answer my emails anymore. AI does. I have an AI agent that does that, but it knows my voice. I have trained AI. In other words, I'm cracking the whip. I'm not letting AI rule me. I'm mastering AI. So
And you're saving time.
I'm saving time, money, a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Faster,
Yeah.
cheaper.
Yeah.
What else, Danny? Faster, cheaper, and faster, cheaper for right now.
Yeah.
Just more efficient. I'm working smarter, not harder.
Right.
You can do it too.
So-
You can do it too.
Right. So, okay. So you're talking about the good and the good in AI. So let's go dive into the good in AI first, and then we're going to go to the bad or the not so good.
Not so
So the
good.
good side of AI, it saves time. It creates products. It enhances productivity. It boosts creativity, and it makes technology accessible.
Correct. I'm going to tell you
So,
something. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I work in Hollywood, right? Initially, uh, Hollywood was against it because there are so many creatives who feel like, oh, it's taken us away from it's taken away from what we do. It's stealing our work because after all, AI is looking at everything that's out there, right, and giving you what you asked for based on everything that's out there. Large learning models, right, Danny?
LLMs, yes, large language models, correct.
So everyone in Hollywood felt like, okay, you're stealing my work. That's what the strike was about years ago.
Right.
We didn't want people stealing our work. But the truth is, it's still storytelling with new tools. That's all. Storytelling with new tools. Now, I had a friend that made a short film, all AI. I'm working on a film right now. The entire feature film will be artificial intelligence, including the people who will be acting, or people, the images, right? So, it's probably going to be a little controversial. We won't be the first one out there,
Yeah.
but it's going to be out there. So it's here. AI is here. It's not going anywhere. Matter of fact, AI is everywhere. I just got back from the Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas. So that's where, technology is in full display. People from all over the world were there, and they're promoting their new products, the products you're going to see and buy in the future. Everything was AI.
Absolutely.
They had a robot. They had a robot walking around. Let's not even get into the robots thing.
Wow.
There was a robot walking around. The robot was talking, interacting with people, singing. It even did the Michael Jackson dance.
No way.
Yes, it did. I got the video.
Now, Danny, was you there as well?
I didn't make it this year. I was jealous of Stephanie when she told me she got out there this year. But I've been many years, and I of course follow it. So I watch every talking head video on that. Some of my favorite influencers are in the tech space, so I watch all of that all day long on YouTube University. And as Stephanie was saying, it didn't matter whether you were talking about a robot or if you were talking about an appliance, talking about a car, a boat. Everybody is bringing AI in. So the way to think of it, I teach during my classes a concept called AI super self, which is basically when you combine your knowledge, your experiences, your vision, your personality with, a framework platform like ChatGPT and LLM, the AI itself. And that allows you to become your own AI super self. So that means everything that you bring to the table can be enhanced with AI. As Stephanie was saying earlier, it's done faster. It's done with less effort. All of the mundane tasks can be either handed off to an agent to help you deal with that kind of, tedious task type of thing. AI is extremely good at that type of thing, but it also can assist you. Let's say you have an idea and you want to bounce ideas off of the AI for the next 3 hours. It never gets tired. It doesn't complain and say, okay, boss, I got to go do something else. My kids, so people like it from that iterative model kind of thing where you're taking your genius that is part of you, your human being, yourself, and applying it with AI. And it doesn't matter what the topic is. It doesn't matter what area your specialization is in. AI can basically enhance you, but you are still a human in the equation. You have to review everything that AI produces. You have to be the one that drives the creative side of it. AI doesn't actually create anything. It's just very fast and it knows a lot of stuff. So it seems like it's magically creating things, which is where the entertainment industry was upset about, which is because, of course, all of those whether film, movies, anything on the internet is available to that large language model to bring to your conversation. So it makes it look like the AI is a genius, but it's not. It just has a lot of data, and it knows, and it can access it extremely quickly. So it just gives that illusion of it. And what's nice about the illusion, though, is you can interact with it with no judgment. That's the part I like. So no idea is stupid. As a matter of fact, you have to tell your AI, hey, can you actually be critical instead of telling me everything I produce is absolutely genius? I would appreciate it if you were a little harder on me and tell me the truth. So, but still, going back and forth until you get what you want out of the AI, that's the best part of the relationship. And don't call it a real relationship. It's a technical relationship where you are the human driving the AI. Don't ever let it go the other way. That's where you get into the bad side of AI and get into trouble. You know, if you start, it's just like, okay, Stephanie is a dog owner, right? I've had dogs in my past life. My my only wife, does not particularly like dogs. But where I'm going with this is, if you are a dog person, your dog is your child, right? And so you put that characteristic on your child, right? You love that animal, and it's certainly, if you say, is my dog the smartest dog on the planet? Absolutely. That kind of thing. So you can't go that far with AI. Don't make it. You can give it a name if you want to. I mean, you can talk to AI, voice to voice, and you can give it a name, Miles, or say some popular models out there of voice interactions. But don't go that far where it becomes a person to you, because that's where you get into some of the dark side of the AI. So I love AI.
Danny, let me interrupt you just for a second.
Sure.
I take a lot of AI classes. I just take them all the time. I just want to know more because AI is changing so fast.
Yeah.
I was on an AI class the other day, and the expert said that your grandchild, Noel, probably your grandchild, will probably marry an AI robot.
No.
I'm just telling you that's where it is going.
Listen.
Oh, goodness.
I'm a Star Trek fan, and there was a whole series of episodes on one of the shows where the AI was fighting for human rights. And so I was rooting for the AI in that show because it's the science fiction and it's the future. But as of right now, you got to be careful with that. And so it is human nature. I say please and thank you to my AI. Simply because when they do take over, I do want to be considered a good human pet. So I'm covering all my bases. I just want to be careful with this. Listen, I've been watching science fiction and reading science fiction since I was a little tiny boy. I love all aspects of sci-fi, but there are some realities that are not as positive when AI takes over.
So you want them to remember you as a nice guy, huh?
I want them to remember me. I never, the videos of the guys kicking the robots, and you're like, oh, that's just dumb.
A few days ago, I used AI to generate me some merchandise, to generate me a new logo.
Okay.
And to generate me some merchandise with some mock-ups. Stephanie, I text you. How did you like it?
I saw it. They look very nice. I'm going to tell you something, Noel. So, AI can, if you're a business owner, oh my gosh, you don't even need a marketing team anymore. You should have a human look it over. Let me just But you want a logo? AI can give you 15, 20, 30, 100 logos a day.
Right. Yeah.
Within minutes.
Seconds.
Yep.
Yeah, within seconds.
So it's all in what you ask for and how you want it, how you prompt the AI. What some of the tools are better than others. Like, Chat GPT has gotten really good. Chat Black GPT. I love Chat Black GPT.
Oh, I didn't know about Chat.
It's very, very flavorful.
Okay.
All right.
What about Gemini? You like Gemini?
I love Gemini. I
Yeah.
made I made a little Barbie of me in Gemini. But I like Claude. I like Claude, and I like Perplexity for research.
Uh-huh.
So there's all these different tools out there. You could there's just not a reason for anyone to not know about AI. I know that's a double negative, maybe even a triple, but I'm just encouraging everyone to embrace the AI, learn it, so you won't be left behind, because things are moving so fast. And trust me when I tell you this, they're moving so fast that in a minute, everything's going to change.
Okay.
It's like
So
it's like a booster.
if you're just now tuning in, we have two people online with us, Miss Stephanie Frederick and Mr. Danny Ross, and they are Danny, are you out of LA too?
No, I'm actually in Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta.
Mhm.
Okay. So we have somewhere to go in Atlanta.
I love it.
Listen,
It is 26 degrees tonight, but other
Is
than
it?
that, yeah,
Yeah. So
I
they're
love Atlanta. It's not,
so both of them love AI. Stephanie's a TV and film producer. Danny has a school, digitalexpress.ai, and he does a lot of other stuff too with AI. So we're talking about the
I
good.
learned from Danny.
You learn from Danny.
I learned from Danny.
So I took probably about 3 weeks ago. Our local library was offering an AI class online, and it was an hour, so I took it during my lunch break. And I learned some stuff in there that I didn't even realize. They said you have to talk to the AI, talk to it, be very descriptive, right, on what you want it to do.
yeah,
Because it was not producing what I wanted it to produce, and I'm like, why isn't it doing that? And that AI
right.
class actually helped me.
That's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
And I encourage everybody to take, even doesn't matter. Most AI classes start as free. So you can certainly get quite a bit of an education using free resources. And if you do go to my website, there's a AI tools and resources section, and there's a ton of free stuff that you can take. You can study AI for free for years. Now, why do I still have classes that I charge for? Well, again, I try to teach a little bit more advanced things than you're going to get in those classes, certainly. And then I also make it tailored to a particular audience. So I mentioned the nonprofit one that we're going to be targeting. And so we're going to help them reskill, like the military. We did a training session for the VFW. And if you're a vet, one of your biggest things is how do you handle and get proper health care? How do you handle and get proper disability acknowledgement for all the things that you suffered while in the military? And so AI is extremely helpful in that. You don't want AI to ever give you legal advice or medical advice, but if there's one thing it can help you with is bureaucracy. Every government organization has a checklist of things you have to do absolutely perfect. And in the case of disability, it is ridiculously complex. AI can help you take that complexity and bring it down to a manageable checklist. It can tell you things that you didn't even know. It can tell you the laws that you need to be referencing in the letters that you write. If you get turned down, AI can help you, put in for your letter of appeal by telling you what evidence you need to go get. Things like that. So that's what we mean by using AI to become your AI super self. You don't have to know all of these laws. You don't have to know how to craft a perfect bureaucratic letter that'll get accepted. But so AI can help you with that with the right tools and guidance. So you mentioned, how do I get the specificity I want? For example, if I want an image, how do I prompt it to give me the image that I actually want? Stephanie and I have a teammate in the visual arts space, and she actually has like a chart of all of the skin tones. So if you want a particular person of
Wow.
color and style in your image to reflect you or your customer, you just have to have that specificity, that specific X code, that specific hex code in that prompt that you're creating, and you will get that result you're looking for. So we teach something called a create method, and it's really an acronym or a super prompt methodology. It's super easy to follow, and you can find it. It's on my website, but you can follow it. It'll just tell you, hey, put this piece in here, put this piece in here, this piece in here, and you'll get exactly what you want out of AI.
And
So
here's the
for my
thing.
for my memoir, The Daughter of the Innocent Man, that's on Spotify, I did an AI clone voice.
Okay.
Now it's not me, right? My girlfriend was like, "That is not you. That is not your voice." I said, "It sounds similar, doesn't it?" She was like, "Yeah, but it's not you." She said, "I still want your memoir in your voice."
Right.
Yeah, why
So,
didn't you do your voice? You could have done your voice.
oh, girl,
No, it would have been really
it was
easy.
overwhelming. It's a lot. It's.
No.
I mean, you got to go in there.
AI can record your voice, right? You
Uh-huh.
record your voice with AI, and then tell it to read your book.
Well, that's what I did. I did an AI clone voice, but she said it still wasn't my voice. She said maybe I needed to tell AI some more.
You could craft that a different way,
Yeah.
right? And listen, AI is getting better and better every day.
Yeah.
I mean, in a minute, you're not going to be able to tell what's AI and what isn't.
You can right now. It's already
That's
there.
how good.
Oh, yeah.
That's how good it is. We just produced a commercial for a client. You do not know. You don't have a clue that none of the people in that commercial are humans. They look human.
Yeah.
They look like it. They talk like it. There's everything about. I'm just telling you, you're not going to be able to tell the difference. So, likewise with your voice, Noel, you know, I'm so scared now that when I answer the phone, you got to be careful what you say because someone could be recording your voice. Yes,
Right.
11 Labs. 11 Labs. Did you use 11 Labs, Noel?
I did.
Yeah, because they're really good.
Yeah, they're pretty good. It's about also how you fine tune it and the amount of data you give it. But I get what you're saying. So is everything about AI perfect? And this is where Stephanie was
Not
going. It is not yet. But certainly your voice clone should be pretty hard to distinguish between yourself. I worked for Microsoft for years, and one of the technologies that I was in was in voice biometrics, which is a very specific form of AI where you can call your bank and your bank will identify you by your voice. So that's why, they'll ask you some basic questions, but they're really using your voice print to identify you. So that's a use of AI. So that's how good voice technology can be. And that's kind of what 11 Labs does, the flip side of it, which is to create a voice. So again, some fine tuning would probably get you where you want it to be.
Yeah. I think I just need to craft it some more, because I think the plan that I purchased was, like talk in the microphone for like 15 to 20 seconds and then it'll clone your voice.
Yeah, that's not enough content. Yeah,
it's not enough. So I need to create more content on my voice.
Yeah, it does cost a little bit of money to create a really good voice model. Yes, it does cost some money because you have
pay the money, Noel. Pay the money.
Yes.
Pay the money.
Think about how much time you will save.
I
If,
know.
for example, even as a podcast creator, I use a tool called Descript, and I use it more for video than I'm actually going to get with you and I'm going to pick your brain. So, I'm an AI expert. I'm going to pick your brain on podcasting tools because I want to get into the podcast world. I was a DJ for many years. If Blurred back there is a whole rack of records. So I was a DJ on the radio for a while. Anyway, I'm going back to my topic, which was the tools that we use. So, for example, some people ask me about Descript. Descript has Descript has an AI in it, which will take content like podcasts, both the video and the voice. And if you do an hour of a show and you tell Descript this voice is, Danny, when I need to edit my video, I can just strike out the words, type in the new words, and my AI voice, which has now, hours and hours of my voice to model from, will create pretty much a perfect, you wouldn't know that I stopped speaking and the AI took over the sentence. In other words, for editing purposes, it is extremely efficient. So I'll put that one in the link in the chat as well.
Okay.
It's just called
so let's go into dive into a little bit about the author world, using AI in the author world.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I have a lot of followers that are authors, and so I'm in
Wonderful.
quite a few Facebook groups online,
Mm-hmm.
um, and they are bashing. I mean, bashing AI. Oh
Right.
my goodness! I mean, I can understand if you have asked ChatGPT to, hey, will you create me a book on AI,
Right.
and then have copied everything and then printed it out, and you're calling yourself the author of this book.
Right.
I think that's janky. That's I mean, because we all know that AI has a tendency to hallucinate. It will give you bad information from time to time. You've got to verify, verify, verify.
Sure.
You know, you can't just assume that AI is going to go out there and just give you facts, or say if
Right.
it's fiction. You know, I could ask AI to write me a movie script, but I wouldn't use it.
Right. Right.
You know, it needs a human touch for it to really be real. AI does not have a heart or a soul.
Right. Absolutely.
So it's not going to be able to, create scenarios that will, touch your heart and have you in tears, at the end of a movie. I just don't.
Right.
I haven't seen it happen yet, and we've been messing around with it since 2023. So, I just don't believe that.
Yeah.
So, likewise, as an author, I would say, use AI to help you
With the
enhance what
mundane.
you have.
Yeah.
Don't just take it willy-nilly. Just take it full throttle and just use everything it says. Use everything it throws out. I
Yeah.
really would not do that, because then I would say, maybe what you can say that you are is, and I think you got to be honest. You got to be transparent. Authenticity is critical. I think
Yeah.
all you have to say is that you collaborated with AI. That
Mhm.
this is an AI collaboration. How about that?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
fair.
I think it's even simpler. The human being is the creative in the relationship, meaning that you come up with the idea, and then you say to the AI something like, "Okay, here's an outline for a book that I have. Take it and just give me a few more ideas. I'm stuck on chapter 8, trying to come up with an idea
Yes.
to how to explain my thoughts, and go back and forth with AI to make it, fine tune it, or the editing process. Okay, I'm shall we say, just over the 60 mark. So my grammar school is a long time in the rearview mirror. I've written 11 books, so it's part of my training. So I will never say that I am going to be the person to edit my book for grammar, right? So that's what AI is great at. You can, you write everything in your words, in your vision, and then you say, AI, okay, I'm going to turn this into a book. Can you take a look at chapter 1? And
Yeah.
from an editor's point of view, this is
Right.
what we were just talking about a little while ago. AI can be anything. So you can invite to the conversation, say to the AI, you are an Amazon award-winning editor of nonfiction books. Review my chapter 1. And AI will give you a pretty good list of things that you need to take a look at. But you, as the
Yeah.
human being, can still say, no, that's fine. I still want to say it this way. It may not be grammatically correct, but that's my tone, my voice. I want it to be that way. And
Yeah.
as you use the AI more and more, it'll learn your voice, it'll learn
Right.
your tone. And so the things that it helps you collaborate on, like if I do sales and marketing, my AI doesn't have a name. A lot of people name their AI. Mine doesn't have a name, but I
I need to name
use
mine.
it. Huh?
Yeah. You
I
need
need
to
to
name
name
it.
mine. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And so I'm just saying, you can have your voice in there. It was funny. We were doing some training today with Black AI think tank. They're a group that both Stephanie and I are part of. And one of the sentences that came out, one of the trainers today is, I tell Chad, that's the name of her GPT, that can you humanize this for me? And I started laughing because the concept of asking your AI to humanize the content that it just got is kind of, it's, if you think about it, is pretty crazy. But but it is a simple prompt that makes it be less formal, right? I say things like, write it in the voice of a 10th grader, or analyze this in the voice of a 10th grader, so that the level of how the words that it's using are more comfortable, softer. And so you can prompt it in the direction you want it to go, but it's still your original ideas. The book that you're writing is still you, but you can have it help you. Say, my target audience for this book are young women who are going through this type of trauma. Help me make sure that the tone I'm using is inspirational towards that group, something like that. So what I'm saying is, it's not taking your words and changing them as much as it's helping you, as any good editor would help you, as you're going through the process of creating your book.
Yeah.
And Danny, it really helps in case you're leaving out something.
Exactly. That's what
I use AI for. It's like, okay, I will write the original pitch, and I will ask AI to create the prompt that will deliver this result.
Exactly.
Or help you write the prompt.
Or I do a prompt all of the time. Say, give me 5 ideas in the box and then 5 ideas out of the box. And it's just because it has access to everything on the internet, it can just come back with some crazy things that I hadn't even thought of.
Right.
And that is what you want when you're doing things like I do, which is marketing. You want unique and crazy ideas, so it can help you.
I mean, after all, how did they come up with the name Google or Yahoo?
Right.
Now that was before AI.
I know, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's how you come up with unique ideas, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we touched on the good, the bad. So the good would be the AI saves time, AI boosts creativity, AI makes technology accessible, and AI enhances productivity. We also went over some of the bad, which is AI can be correct, so just double check. AI lacks human emotion. That's what Stephanie said. What about privacy concerns, y'all? We didn't touch on privacy concerns.
There aren't enough laws to even begin to say that those battles have anywhere near been fought. So in other words, legislation was way behind on the internet. Legislation was way behind on privacy before, generative AI even became a thing. We were having, so in other words, there's countries and well, not countries, but there's places like the UK where they have actual laws around GDPR, which is the general privacy and so on. And then you have places around the United States where they try to write laws. California has laws around privacy, Texas, and a few others, Illinois. They have some laws that are focused on protecting the rights of your data. And so all I can say, I've been in the cybersecurity space for years and years and years. You have to come at it with a general relaxation that everything about you is on the internet, in the dark web, between all of the break-ins and the hacks and everything that has happened over the years. That is, don't worry about that anymore. That it's out there. Your social security number, your phone number, your email address, all that stuff is out there. Now, deep breath. I know it's out there. What do I still do to protect myself? So common sense is number one. If something is too good to be true, it is, right? If you can remember your password, it's a horrible password. You should not be able to remember your password. So you should use a tool that generates a password, random password for each of your websites, and then use some sort of password manager to manage it, meaning Siri, your iPhone, your Android phone, All of them have
AI.
password managers. They have password managers that can help you. You can buy LastPass. There's 100 of them. So my point of all of that is you have to protect yourself with common sense. Don't click on anything that you don't know where it came from. It's just a fact. Just don't do it. Set up your anti-spam, set up on your phone, set up your anti-spam calling on your phone. So you have to protect yourself. And you're using AI to do that, right? So they're using AI to find you. They're using AI to attack you. You use AI to fight back. I guess that's what I'm trying to say there. Privacy, ChatGPT, if you don't want to train the model, just go into settings, and there's an actual setting in there that says, I don't want you to use my information to train the model.
That's huge. That is huge, Danny. You need to repeat that.
Say that again so I can take notes.
They're just going on ChatGPT.
It doesn't matter. All of the LLMs have an option, except Grok, where you can go in and tell it, I do, and maybe Meta. I don't think Meta supports that either, but ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, Gemini, you can go in and say, I want to use this feature and this function, but I don't want you to use my information to train your model. And the AI pretty much knows everything across the internet already. It doesn't really need your data to train the model anymore. It's pretty smart. So you can turn that off if you're concerned about privacy. I don't remember if I've actually turned that on or not, simply because I'm one of those people that I do believe that all of your data is everywhere anyway. So I don't spend too much. I really don't spend a lot of time worrying about it. Even though I was in the cybersecurity space, I've met Russian hackers. I've met both white hat hackers, black hat hackers, and trust me, if they want your information, they will get it. Generally speaking, though, you're relatively safe unless you're a celebrity, a millionaire, so they have their targets. Now, what happens is there are groups that are susceptible to this, like elderly. It's unbelievable how evil these people are. And so this is when we talk about the bad parts of, how do you protect yourself? My mother is going to be 90 at the end of this year. And so I'm always having conversations with her, and she's gotten pretty good. Mom, did you actually ask for that information? And so if you didn't ask for it, why are you clicking on it? That kind of a conversation I have with her all of the time. So you just really do want to put in good password protections, use common sense. I've said that multiple times. You'd be still surprised. Separate things, right? So your banking password, if you do have to remember a password, that's probably the only one I recommend you remember, but never use it anywhere else, ever, anywhere, nothing.
A few months ago, I got a phone call on my cell phone, and it kind of sounded like my son. It said, "Mom, I'm in jail. I need some money."
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that scared me to death. I called both of my sons, and I was like, "Are you okay?" They were like, "Yeah."
They know you're a mother.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
And I have a boy.
Yeah, and I have a son. Yeah.
So the way that you handle all of those phishing attempts is pretty much always the same. First of all, you do know your son. So the conversation that you would have with that AI or that person pretending to be your son is very quickly something that you can verify. And then the simplest thing to do is go, I'll call you right back. Anybody that calls you, emails you that just out of the blue with an unusual request, that's a better word, unusual request, the litmus test is, did you start that conversation? If you didn't start that conversation, just go, I'll call you right back.
Yeah. Like authors, we get a lot of emails from, people who are phishing, publication companies, and all of the marketing.
I want to be on the Forbes. You want to be on the Forbes top
Oh
list,
my goodness, yes. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
My book is that good to be on the New York banner? What? Wow.
So when you check your ego, you go, is my book on the top book, the bestsellers list? No. Okay, then I'm not getting that phone call, or I'm not getting that email. So again, common sense goes a long way,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so very young. Actually, the very young, I think, are much more cynical than we are. I don't think. I mean, they have heard every scam, probably seen every scam in their young lives. I'm talking 20-year-olds. They're I think pretty resilient to a lot of it. Of course, again, they can make a mistake just like any young person could. And then, like I said, the other side of the victims are usually the elderly, because
Yeah,
again, they're so realistic, as you were just saying and
yeah,
explaining.
yeah,
It was a call from your son, and they pull
yeah,
on that heartstring.
That's
Eh,
scary.
yeah,
That's
it
scary.
is. It is bad.
yeah, it is. All right, so we went over that the do's. It's a tool, not a replacement. Fact checked everything. Add your personal touch. Protect your privacy, and keep learning.
Don't
Ooh,
forget the most important one. If you know your password, is not a good password.
okay.
It's a
Let's
simple,
go into
simple
the
test.
don'ts. We have about 10 more minutes, y'all. So let's go
Sure.
into the don'ts. And we've
Sure.
we've touched on this throughout this show. Don't copy and paste without editing. Don't depend on AI for final decisions. Don't use AI to deceive. Don't expect AI to replace human creativity, and don't ignore the ethics. And you know what? One last thing. AI is not going anywhere. Okay.
No.
So y'all better jump on it and learn it.
Hey, Noel,
Absolutely.
do you want to find out how much AI knows about you?
How much?
Go to Chat GPT.
Uh-huh.
Danny, help me out and make sure I say this right. Ask it to draw what it knows about you.
Ooh, I'm a little scared on that one. Okay, I'm going to ask it to draw what it knows on me. I'm going to do
Yeah.
that tonight.
So
Ask,
based on everything you know about me,
Yeah.
sketch
Yeah.
sketch a drawing. What was the exact language on that one? Prompt on that one, Danny? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember.
I did it a long
I've
time
seen,
ago.
yeah, no, I've
I'm
seen it.
looking for it right now.
Yeah. Okay. So the thing about it is, yeah, AI is really good at pulling in information, especially if you've been using it for a little while. But even if you haven't, um, a lot of times, and I think the other thing too is we have to be realistic. If you look up something in Google, 10 minutes later, Facebook is sending you 15 ads on it. And it's just a reality that AI is everywhere. So don't be surprised, don't be alarmed, don't give up. Use it, make it part of your super self. Have it help you just become unbelievably productive. There's nothing you can't know. Our kids live in an age where they are literally geniuses by asking any question on the planet and getting an immediate answer. Is the answer always correct? Again, this is where the human comes into play, but it's correct very often. And it
yeah,
is certainly enough if you are a child trying to learn a particular topic, you can have it cite the sources. That's number one, right? Hey,
I do.
cite the sources where you got this from. And that'll tell you very quickly whether it's, legitimate or close to legitimate.
Or
Legitimate.
only use reputable sources.
Only use reputable sources, a great part of your prompt. And the other one is to use tools like Perplexity. Perplexity is a great research tool in education because everything it gives you, it has the sources connected to it right away. You don't have to ask for it. Now, don't
is
get
that
me
an
wrong.
app? Because I've never
It
heard.
is another
Other
LLM.
tool.
It's just another LLM, just like ChatGPT, but their model is just slightly different. And every model is different. Claude is
Okay,
really good at writing things. So you asked about your author friends. If I was
right.
not when I wrote my books, I used Claude because the tone and the style of the LLM, how it's been trained, it's better for creating written content.
Spell
Um,
Claude for me.
CLAUDE.
Okay,
And I believe it's .io. Let me see if it's.
okay.
I believe .ai. Sorry, it is
.ai.
Got
.ai.
AI.
Hey,
Okay.
Noel, I got something for you to do that you might that you're going to need, as your authors will need.
Okay.
Ask AI to create your Wikipedia page.
Ooh.
Old school. Come on.
Ooh.
And that'll tell you what it knows about you as well. The challenge that you may have, unless you're famous like Stephanie, is it may not bring back all the data
She is
about
pretty famous,
you.
isn't she?
I'm just saying, the AI knows Stephanie very well. And the challenge is if you have a common name like Danny Ross, you're going to get this, no offense, this white guy who's a singer, and you're going to get, other Danny Rosses out there. So that's why.
You can help it. You can help it. You can give it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have to help it along a little bit and give it a little bit more information if your name is not completely unique. Like my son's name is Jerice, my wife and her family gave it to him. I bought Jerice.com when he was 2 years old. He still doesn't use it, but I have it, because again, that's a very unique name. So that's what I mean by if you have a unique name, it does help for the AI to be able to find you. In the chat, I dropped a link. One of our classes, it's an on-demand class. It's not one that we do live anymore. It will help authors, kind of help them kind of put together their thoughts and put it together. We have a bunch of training on how to become an author. We have a 24-hour book challenge, and we do a lot of that because that is one of the things that AI can really help in all the research that you have to do. Even if you're an expert on a subject, remembering that quote from 1987, it can go find that quote for you, that kind of thing. You can invite Steve Jobs into the conversation, your book about technology. You can have Warren Buffett give you advice for your book about investing. So because the AI understands how they approach these topics, you can have it be that subject matter expert to sit down with you and discuss your ideas. If you're a creative, you're a comedian, I want my book to have the same style of humor as Kevin Hart. Whoever you want to invite to the conversation and go back and forth with the AI. So that's the thing. So anyway, you want don'ts. I'm sorry. I went around
No, that's fine. So I got one last question for you though. So what do you think about using AI for illustrations in a book?
I think that's fine to a certain point. I mean, listen, again, AI can get you started, or you can give AI the idea to get you there. It's your idea.
Right.
So I think that can be okay.
I think we have to remember AI does not actually create anything. So in other words, it's using all of the art that it's been trained on, whatever style it is. And when you give it a prompt, it will take that prompt and give you an approximation based on whatever you prompted it on. If you want a completely unique human being created piece of artwork supporting your artist, then that is truly a philosophical, moral decision on your part. I want my book illustration to be completely unique, and I want a human being to make it because I want to support that particular industry. Okay, so that is definitely a choice. Now, I'm in business, so I'm the wrong person to ask. If I'm going to do a cover for my book, which I had to, I'm going to ask AI to create that cover for me. So I am not the person to ask that question to from the creative side. I'm a very creative person. I love music and I love a lot of things that are creative. But from the standpoint of business, pure business, yes, I'm going to ask AI to help me create the illustration for my book. So
yeah, I just asked AI to create me a couple of weeks ago. I haven't finished the book yet. I'm writing a romance novel, but I asked it to create me a photo cover. It was so quick. It was so quick. I didn't have to wait, 7 days for a turnaround time.
But
so it created me.
When I ask AI to draw, so let me get the exact prompt that I had.
Oh, you found the prompt? Perfect.
I found the prompt, yeah. So I said, I'm going back. Hold on. I made it change because it made me look white.
Well.
All right, so I wrote "draw my life." Draw my life. I'm logged in. Okay. And I said "draw my life."
AI is not biased. It's just been trained on that model, and any image, unless you're very specific, that is what you're going to get.
Can you see it?
Oh, wow.
There you go. Look at all them
Oh, that's
Oscars in
pretty
there. Look at those.
cool.
Look at all those awards. As
Well,
I
Look
said,
at all those
Stephanie is
awards.
pretty
Tell
famous.
us about
So,
your life.
yes,
Draw my life. Okay.
Stephanie's pretty famous. So
And I'm going to ask you to make me a Wikipedia page too.
there you go.
Ask it to do a Wikipedia page, but you want it to cite the sources where it's getting the information from.
Yeah,
right?
it has made stuff up on my bio before. So
Listen, it will make stuff up. So
yeah.
I upload your resume.
Get your LinkedIn profile.
You said do what now,
Throw that
Steph?
in there as well.
On which one? Draw My Life.
Yeah. Did you say upload resume or something? What did you say?
Yeah, upload your resume.
Mhm.
Upload your resume. Upload, and give it information about you, and that will help it. And give it a sample Wikipedia page that you like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The information's all out there, guys. We've got to be smart about how we use it.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. Always give it an example if you're trying to get a specific outcome. So you can actually give it 2 or 3 examples and say, hey, here's things that I like, or here's a tone I give it when I create content for my digital marketing. I say, give me the style of Dan Kennedy and Gillian Perkins. Dan Kennedy is an old school, hardcore marketing guru from back in the 50s. Right. And Gillian Perkins just happens to be a YouTuber. I like the way she educates. So I have it blend those two together. And most of my content that I use for digital marketing, those are the tone or the voices that I use. And so that's what I mean by giving it an example so that it can see what you like. And that'll help in your quest for content or whatever it is you say, it's not giving me what I want. And that's, that helps as well. Giving it an example always helps.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to touch on before I close this out?
Yes. Go take some AI classes. Google has classes for free.
Microsoft,
the certificate, or go to Danny's classes, because I'm just going to tell you, Google has them for free. Danny has them.
Oh yeah, I do free classes every day. So every Tuesday and Thursday. So I'm always giving free classes.
I would go to Danny because you can ask questions as you go. Google kind of lets you, learn by a AI.
And again, Danny's website is digitalexpress.ai.
Absolutely. And I love teaching. I love technology. I've said that many times. You're never too old to learn AI. As a matter of fact, what's great about AI these days is you can speak to the AI, so you don't have to type. So you can have conversations on any topic, even if you just want to learn something new every day. Hey, say to the AI, hey, teach me something new today on this topic. And the AI will be happy to do that. And you can use it for free. You don't have to pay unless you want, a bit more sophisticated models and things like that. So
I suggest you pay the $20.
Yes, I do. But
chat.
Yeah.
And then you do the settings where it does not use your information.
Yes.
Whether you are a creator, author, illustrator, entrepreneur, or everyday person, use AI. You're saying go to a training course. That's what you're saying.
You are the human. You use AI. Make it your assistant. Stephanie and I did a whole course on, in a creative world, make AI your executive assistant.
All right.
And it can be your marketing assistant. It can be your it can't go get you coffee, but it can order you coffee.
It can order you coffee. That is absolutely correct.
That is crazy.
Get you lunch, but it can order you lunch.
Yeah, no. If you have a ChatGPT account, they have the paid model. There's agents. You can have it order you just about anything off of Amazon. Oh yeah. If you're willing to give it your credit card, you can have it order yourself.
I just tell it, hey, you know what I want? Order lunch.
Oh wow, that's something else. All right. So we have some takeaway questions. That I want my
the future is now.
Yeah, the future is now. Takeaway questions I want my viewers to write down. How can AI support you without taking away your authenticity? What task could AI help you with today? What boundaries will set to use AI responsibly? And what AI platforms are best for me in the field? Ooh. What are three best AI platforms, y'all? I know we went over it, but what do you
I
think?
love Claude. I love Perplexity. And of course, we all use Chat GPT, but I use Chatbot
Gotcha.
GPT. I'm going to add a
Okay.
few more for video content.
Mhm.
Nano Banana, Nano Banana, Sora, Midjourney,
Nano Banana. And
Gamma.
you use that for your film?
For videos,
Okay.
listen, I stack them. I use various ones for different scenes because it depends on what we
Oh,
need.
okay.
You don't just have to use one. You can use all of them.
I won't. Well, see, let me just be careful here.
I know.
You
I know.
can be a rabbit chasing
Yeah.
all of the latest and greatest.
Yeah.
So find the one that does the job that you want it to do.
Yeah.
And just use that on a consistent basis, because that AI will learn you, and then you have less time telling it something. I am this, I am that. It knows that. This is what Stephanie was talking about, is if you use it on a regular basis, whether it doesn't matter which one, at this point in time, all of them are really, really good. And so if you need to reskill yourselves, because I need to go get a new job, yes, upload your old resume, get those jobs. So there is nothing out there that is not a good AI at this point. Now, I have opinions on some of them, like Grok and things like that, but people love Grok. Some people love it. I personally stay away from it, but that's just personal choice. That's what I'm saying. It's subjective. Find the one that does it the way you like it to sound, and gives you the information that you need. And there is no wrong one. And then if you're going to use purpose-driven, like we've given you Gamma, which is great for creating presentations. That's an AI tool. Grammarly, which sits on your phone and your desktop and helps you with grammar. I use it everywhere. And so it's a never-ending list. Now on Digital Express, there is a page called AI Tools and Resources. I created it for the creatives. So if you go up there, there's a lot of tools in the visual space, free tools in the visual space that you can go in and learn AI and use it to drive your business. I mean, so if you're a videographer, or as you said, you have writers and everyone out there, there's no end of the AI tools that can help you drive your creativity. Because if you're not, as Stephanie said, answering spam email, for an hour, let AI handle that. That is nothing to do with your creative nature, but it is AI. Use it. So that's what we're talking about.
All right. Anything else from you, Steph?
I will say this. The people that are really making money using AI, because we've all been told that the first AI billionaire, solopreneur, billionaire will happen because of AI.
Sure.
Right? One person will be able to make $1 billion off an AI. So I use a lot of tools. I'm told by Danny and many others that, Steph, you don't need to learn 11 tools. You don't need to learn all those tools. But that's just me. I'm like
you love to explore.
It gets overwhelming for me. It gets overwhelming.
That's what I don't want you to do.
So I will say, find 2 or 3.
Yes.
And go for it.
Yes.
Or get obsessed with just one and be the best at that one.
Yeah. You mentioned you love Gemini. In the Google ecosphere, they have many AI tools. And so if you do like Gemini, great. So just take another second and go look at AI Studio, which is, I believe, a Google product that you want to use to do this. Notebook.nlm is a Google, a Google tool. And it is a fantastic AI tool for writers because it allows you to organize all of your projects into essentially a notebook, but AI-powered notebook. You know what I'm saying? So for a writer, that's a really strong tool. You can create a presentation deck right from there. Yeah.
All right, guys, we got to wrap up. We're 4 minutes over. So I just want to say thank you to Stephanie, and I'm calling her Steph because I've been knowing her for 41 years.
There you go.
Woo, girl.
I'm 42.
And then Danny, I appreciate you guys coming on. Until next time, keep writing, keep creating, and keep sharing your story with the world. Thank you, guys.
Go use AI.
Yes,
Go use
please.
AI.
AI, baby.